Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Yes, there you were sitting there thinking we've just had the end of season presentation awards. I'm going to have to wait weeks for my family fantasy football league fix. Did you really think I would leave you waiting weeks? We are back with the first episode of the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League. Episode 37, a pre-season special. And if you are accessing this video via the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group, you may well be a guest new to all things Family Fantasy Football League. Current managers and the managers that were nominated last season have their places in next season's competition reserved until this Sunday, the 11th of July. From that date on, any spaces available in the Family Fantasy Football League will be open to new managers on a first-come, first-served basis. Hence, we open the Facebook group up to guests who may wish to join or rejoin the Family Fantasy Football League. And in fact, at the time of airing, we already have a place available for next season's competition because one of our managers has already dropped out. So this will give you a little insight into what you can expect from the Family Fantasy Football League and the infamous Banter in the Boxes. And this is not your only content that you've got to look forward to in pre-season, because over the coming weeks, once all of the managers are confirmed for the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, we will bring you the FFFL Cup group stage draw, always eagerly anticipated. That will be live on the Family Fantasy Football League YouTube channel. And as well as that, we will bring you the annual Banter in the Box Meet the Managers, which in this season comes in not one, not two, not three, but four separate parts for you to look forward to. So loads of content before the season even begins. But in this week's Banter in the Box, the first Banter in the Box of the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, we have a review of the 2020-2021 winners, a look ahead to next season, and your first manager of the season question. So, last year's champion, Alexi Lagos, Greece Lightning, won £200 of the £420 prize pot. He became the FFL champion, which was the second time he's won that title. He was also the Golden Boot winner, got £10 for that, 125 goals in a season, very impressive. He got £10 for having the most weekly wins, 9 weekly wins last season, which was a new FFFL record. And Alexi picked up 3 Manager of the Month awards, £10 for each, £30 in total in Manager of the Month awards. Alexi Lagos was the biggest winner, and Alexi Lagos out in Australia couldn't attend the end of season presentation awards, so he very kindly sent an acceptance speech via video, and I know many of you would have seen it either at the end of season presentation awards on Saturday or on the Facebook group, but I thought it was so fun it needed to be played again, so here it is.
Good day everyone. Just wanted to say a few words. Extremely proud moment for me to win this for the second time. Means a huge amount. It's why we put in the long hours, you know, the pre-season and everything. So this moment's fantastic. Just want to say a few thank yous. Big shout out to the chairman. Amazing effort this year. I think the content that you were pumping out on a weekly basis got a lot of people through a very difficult lockdown. So thanks for that, Jeff. Also, a massive shout out to the true champion of the FFL this year, which was Keith. Amazing work, incredible cause. You've made everyone proud, so good for you, mate. Also, just want to say that I am running my summer school. Okay, so highly recommend any managers that feel like they need a bit of work this season. Jump on board there. Steve Holmes, I've got you a free pass, mate. Feel free to jump into that, and hopefully next year we can make it a bit closer. Best of luck, everyone. Come on, England. See you all soon.
Well, there he is, Alexi Lagos, making a few friends. Now, the second biggest winner last season was Steve Holmes, Arden Diamonds, the number one rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, looking well trim at the end of season presentation awards, I have to say. Steve Holmes scooped £80 of the prize pot. He was the FFL runner-up. He also won the Silver Boot, the most assists of everyone. He got 75 assists. And he also picked up £10 for the September Manager of the Month award. Nice work, Steve. Let us know if you do sign up for Alexi's soccer school. Ian Sands, Ted and Sam Juniors won £50 of the prize pot. He was the FFFL Cup winner, which was his second cup win. And in winning the cup, beating Alexi Lagos in the final, 36-35, joint closest FFFL Cup final in history. It prevented Alexi Lagos from completing a league and cup double. Ian Sands was the last man to do the league and cup double way back in 2012. And then Martin Maloney, Coldplay United, scooped £30 for his third place in the league, and it marked a remarkable turnaround. Last season was Martin's debut season in the Family Fantasy Football League, and he spent the entire season in the relegation zone. But he bounced back this year to finish third, giving everyone who's down the bottom of the table this season hope for next season. And then the other winners, well, Neil Hatch got the highest weekly total of the season. In the final week of the season, he amassed a massive 177 points. And there was a Manager of the Month award for Napoli's Lee Poulter, took the Manager of the Month award for January. February's Manager of the Month award was the Big Knob Simon Hoxby. March Manager of the Month award was Mops Hoxby's I've Got a Life. April's Manager of the Month award was yours truly, Chairman's Choice. And the final Manager of the Month award in May went to Poppy's Players Sarah Simons. £10 to each of those. And let's not forget the other winner, the Wooden Spoon winner, Pez United, Ryan Perrin, receiving the Wooden Spoon for the first time in his Family Fantasy Football League history. But perhaps the biggest winner of all was the Manager of the Season, Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby, who entered the Predictor Challenge at the start of last season and predicted that Alexi would win the league and Steve Holmes would finish runner-up. That got her 10 Manager of the Season points, which was enough to crown her Manager of the Season. And not only did she win the coveted Manager of the Season trophy, first time we've issued a trophy for the Manager of the Season, but it also netted her £15 million of free tactical gambits. So well done, Joe. You are our Manager of the Season for this season, or for last season, but you'll hold the crown all of this season. Now, as we finish looking back on last season, we start looking ahead to the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, which is going to be the biggest season in history, thanks to the fact that there are 32 places available next season. We've never had 32 managers in the league. That Oi's Mind Tactical Gambit will play an even bigger part. And if you don't know what the Oi's Mind Tactical Gambit is, you need to read the rules. Tactical Gambits make or break your season. We've also got a new formation inspired by the Mad Hatter, the Creed Bratton Society, who got his place on the wall of shame by trying to select this formation last season when it wasn't valid. And he said to me, well, it probably should be. And you know what? I agree. So I've added it as a valid formation this season, which means you've got 9 possible formations to choose from this season, more than ever before. We've had this rule before. It went away for a few seasons. I've decided to bring it back. Next season, goalkeepers will score 3 points when they are in goal when a penalty is saved or missed. That doesn't include penalty shootouts. Penalty shootouts never apply in the Family Fantasy Football League. But if there's a penalty during the normal time or extra time and a goalkeeper is in goal when a penalty is saved or missed, they will earn 3 points. That's a new rule that we're bringing back. The weekly transfer window moves from 9 p.m. on a Thursday, which is when it's always been, to noon on a Friday. 9 p.m. on a Thursday was always a bit tricky on Europa League nights because games would be in mid-flow when you were finalising those final transfers. Not that you have to leave it till the last minute, but many of you do. So I decided to bring the weekly cut-off to noon on a Friday. There'll presumably never be a game happening at noon on a Friday, which means you've got all of Friday morning to finalise those transfers, check that the player you're bringing in isn't injured or has been sold. Looking at you, George Moody. So that's a change for next season. You no longer have to pay transfer costs when using the wildcard tactical gambit. This was a change inspired by Sashama's FC manager Wayne Robinson, who didn't read the rules, played a wildcard tactical gambit last season and got most upset when he was docked loads of points. But if you play the wildcard tactical gambit, it costs you £5 million again this season, which means you can make multiple transfers in a single week, something you can't do unless you purchase the wildcard tactical gambit. You won't be docked your 5 points per transfer if you're making those transfers from the 1st of January onwards, or 10 points per transfer if you're making it before the 1st of January onwards. If you're paying for the wildcard tactical gambit, then all of those transfers that you make will be free of any points costs. And we're introducing 2 new tactical gambits for next season. They cost £2 million each. The original rules that were sent out ages ago had them listed as £5 million, but I've decided to amend it to £2 million. Hey, bargain. There's 2 of them. There's the Tommy Turncoat Tactical Gambit, which means you can change your nominated club during the season if you pay £2 million for a Tommy Turncoat Tactical Gambit. You've never been able to change your nominated club before. And the other new Tactical Gambit is a Mutiny on the Bounty. You can change your captain without having to transfer out your existing captain if you pay £2 million for a Mutiny on the Bounty. Previously, you could only change your captain if you transferred out your existing captain, but if you pay for a Mutiny on the Bounty, then you can change your existing captain without having to transfer him out. So there are your changes for next season. Now, some key dates to remember. Existing managers who took part last season or were nominated to join last season have their places reserved until this Sunday, the 11th of July. From that date on, if you haven't paid your entry fee, then your place is no longer secure. Any spaces available will be offered up to new managers on a first come, first served basis. So if you really want to enter next season, remember to get your entry fee into FFL HQ by Sunday the 11th of July. Then the next date to remember is 9 p.m. Thursday the 12th of August. That is when your team has to be entered. At 9 p.m. the gate comes down. 9 p.m. and 1 second is too late. You have to have your team in by 9 p.m. on Thursday the 12th of August. Remember, you can change your team as often as you like up until 9 p.m. on Thursday the 12th of August. There is absolutely no reason to leave it until the last minute. You can change your team as often as you like up until 9 p.m. on Thursday the 12th of August without suffering any penalty points. From memory, 4 managers have already entered valid teams for next season, so they can rest. Because if you do not enter a team by 9 p.m. on Thursday the 12th of August, then you will be given the allocated team. Allocated team is on the weekly updates that I send out. You do not want to start the season with the allocated team unless you really like a challenge. So they're the key dates to remember for this coming next couple of months. And the manager of the season question this week. We are starting already with your chance to earn manager of the season points. Remember, the manager of the season earns £15 million of free tactical gambits to be used next season, as well as that coveted manager of the season trophy, which is currently sitting at FFL HQ because Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby was the manager of the season last season. So your opening manager of the season question is, what do these 4 FFL managers have in common? Napoli manager Lee Poulter, AFC Razor manager Ray Poulter, Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager Megan Hoxby, and Pez United manager Ryan Perrin. If you can tell me what those 4 managers have in common, you will gain 1 manager of the season point and get you on the table this season. So that's it for your opening banter in the box of the new season. If you want to stay involved in the Family Fantasy Football League, get your entry fees in ASAP. If you are a guest waiting to join the Family Fantasy Football League, I currently have 1 space available. To secure that place, your entry fee must be received at FFL HQ. So if you're interested, message me. That place will probably go very, very soon. But remember, from the 11th of July, if any of the managers who currently have their places reserved choose not to get their entry fee in, then more spaces will become available then. So if you miss out on that first space, you may have another opportunity from the early part of next week. So keep your eye out on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. And if you're a guest who I also have your email address, I would have emailed you the notification that there are spaces available as well. But until the next time, keep safe. 2 weeks to Freedom Day. Woohoo! If you haven't got your team in yet, get your team in. Remember, you can change it as often as you want. Take care. Bye-bye.